Good morning. It's a joy to be with you again today. And I trust that as we're winding down the year, you're taking some time off to reflect upon your life and see where you are with the Lord. And as we prepare to get into the new year, your plan is to, in addition to maybe losing weight or exercising more or developing academically, doing some more reading and so on, is to draw near to Jesus. Draw near to Jesus. I want to encourage everyone from the church. As the first 2 weeks in January, we are going to be spending some time in prayer and fasting and gathering for prayer every night, 7:30 in Zoom. So here is Moses. He's saying, you, verse 8, you have set our iniquities before you. God is looking at us. He's examining our hearts, our secret sins in the light of your presence. He's as if he's got a torch and he's looking, sorry, a flashlight. He's looking into our hearts and saying, searching us, the innermost recesses of our hearts to see how we are with God. Verse 9 says, for all our days pass away under your wrath. All our days pass away under your wrath. We bring our years to an end like a sigh. The end of our life are 70. The years of our life are 70, or even by reason of strength, 80. Yet their span is but toil and trouble. Their span is but toil and trouble. They are soon gone, and we fly away. Who considers the power of your anger and your wrath according to the fear of you? Now the Bible tells us that God is a God of love. He loves us. God is merciful. He's gracious. But God is holy and God is angry at sin in our lives, and he will judge. What Moses is looking at here is, in the life of man, even though it's brief, 70 or 80 years, is also associated with trouble and hardship. There's some people who have it relatively easy in life. There's some, well, trouble comes to them too. But there's some who have even more trouble than they really do deserve. I was reading an article the other day where these are some kids in Pakistan where because their parents couldn't afford to pay some Jews and so on, these kids are enslaved and they work for a very little pittance, and that can't even pay the interest. So it seems as if they're doomed to a life of slavery. And many parts of the world, people like that. The oppression of the poor is something that is so horrible, so horrible. Um, and here Moses is saying, yes, our lives, we've got trouble. Every one of us in our lives, we're faced with disappointments. We can be faced with sickness. Sometimes it's a malignant disease. It could be a terrible infection. It could be chronic pain. Some people struggle with anxiety, with depression. Some people are schizophrenic, and all sorts of problems that we have in life. Some people it's poverty. Poverty. Um, Man, I mean, even Job said it, man's life, is short and is so full of trouble, so full of trouble. He was experiencing his own trouble he had, and he was a man who loved God. So Moses is saying here, he's identifying the fact, he's recognizing the fact that our time in this earth, it's brief, but it can be filled with trouble. Now, thank God that I believe he does protect us. There are many things that could come our way, but they don't, because God is watching over us. He's protecting us. He's leading us in a path that we can avoid that. And God will minimize some of the trouble coming against us. And God answers prayers and he delivers us out of trouble too. But God doesn't guarantee that, well, we're not going to have any problems in our lives. He is with us even through the dark times. And we'll continue this tomorrow. I pray that the Lord be with you today, bless you, and strengthen you. Amen.